Alright, we're back. Number 26 is Paradise Hawaiian Style, the soundtrack to the Paramount picture. Coincidentally, they actually use a picture of Elvis from Fun in Acapulco on the cover, because in the movie itself, and they don't actually even show any pictures of Elvis from the movie on the backside either. It's mostly just scenery and a few promotional pictures that I think were taken earlier. Elvis was actually not in that great of health at the time that they shot Paradise Hawaiian Style. He gained some weight, and he looked a little pudgy in the movie. But not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. He looks normal. I mean, that's the thing, is if you saw Elvis walking by on the street as he looked in this movie, you would have been like, hey, it's Elvis. But as far as the songs on this are concerned, it returns to the theme of, like with Blue Hawaii, to the Hawaiian sort of flavor. Drums of the Islands is kind of one of the big standout tracks on this, mostly because it's one of the most memorable scenes in the movie. There's a couple other songs that are actually pretty interesting or pretty good. Paradise Hawaiian Style, the title song, they actually did use that in the opening of Aloha from Hawaii when he arrives by helicopter. I was surprised that they used that when I finally saw Aloha from Hawaii as it was broadcast originally. That was interesting to me. House of Sand, Scratch My Back. I remember seeing this movie. I actually had a copy on VHS for the longest time, and Scratch My Back was one of the songs that was so catchy it stuck with me. But I remembered it better than it actually is on the soundtrack. On the flip side of that, there's the song on here that everyone despises. Well, there's about three in a row. There's A Dog's Life, Dating, and Queenie Wahini's Papaya. Queenie Wahini's Papaya is kind of a cutesy song in the movie. On the album, it's kind of it's not bad, but it's not real great either. Dating, again, like it works better in the movie. I like Dating. I think it's kind of a cute, upbeat song, but that's just my personality. And then there's Dog's Life, and a lot of people don't like Dog's Life. A lot of people don't like that scene in the movie. It's one of it's been called one of the most ridiculous scenes in an Elvis movie. I tend to disagree. I don't think it was a necessary scene, but as far as comedic relief is concerned, I thought it was pretty funny. Lyrically, it's actually a really funny song. The outtakes, if you have not heard the outtakes of A Dog's Life, you've got to go find the outtakes, because Elvis starts messing around while he's recording, and of course I know that Elvis was he didn't think very highly of it, and he was like, really, seriously, am I singing this? I mean, that's the kind of tone that he takes with that song. But he starts like barking like a dog, and it's hilarious. The standout song for me, though, on this album, upon listening to it in this album collection, I never actually paid attention to the last song on the album, the special bonus song, Sandcastles. I had never realized how pretty that song was. I guess it seems like every year there's a song from Elvis's catalog that I find that I really haven't paid that much attention to before, and I end up appreciating. And Sandcastles is the one this year, I think. It sets a good tone. He's performing it very well. He's interested. You can tell, even just comparing something like This Is My Heaven or Drums of the Islands, compare that to the bonus track Sandcastles, it's worlds apart. And lyrically, melodically, with the instruments they choose, the arrangement of particularly, I think there's a string section on there. Just a really pretty song that I had never noticed before. The rest of the album, though, I mean, you could put this on with Blue Hawaii, and listen to them back to back, and like if you were having like a Hawaiian themed Elvis party or something, and it would be just fine. As far as a standalone album, it's okay. With a couple standout songs in particular, Drums of the Islands and Sandcastles in particular is definitely my new favorite off this album. And I wouldn't have discovered it if I hadn't gotten this box set and was actually listening through all of these before again. That's been the interesting thing about this box set, is that I'm rehearing. Sometimes you just need to go through and listen to things from a different light or in a different point of view, and to understand or appreciate things that you hadn't necessarily appreciated before. And you could say that about the Way Down in the Jungle Room that just came out, but that's an entirely different conversation. But that's Paradise Hawaiian Style. It's alright. It's a good companion to Blue Hawaii. If you can, find Sandcastles and really listen to it. It's a really pretty song.